Okay, so in this video today, we're going to be looking at some of the common faults that you might have to come across if you're doing these test routes. Now, this is one of the test routes on one of the modern test routes. So, okay, so we're going to start from here, and then we're going straight ahead at the traffic lights, directions for Saturn. So again, do some good observations, put your right signal, one more check to your right, and then if it's clear, then you move off. Then at the traffic lights, we're going to, again, there are two lanes. First of all, try and make sure that you don't block this junction on the left. You should try and keep it clear. And then when we come to the traffic lights, use the left-hand lane. There are two lanes both going straight, but we need to try and maintain the car in the left lane. That's position for normal driving. And then if it's clear, we move off. Now again, look out, because you'll get cars which are using the right-hand lane, but they're still going straight. So look out for them so that you don't end up getting too close. Got parked cars on the left. Again, we need to move over, check your mirrors, check your right, check the your mirror, check the right mirror, and then again check your right mirror, move over, overtake the parked car, and then get back in the normal driving position. Again, another parked car, you're going to overtake. Check your mirrors first, and then move over to overtake that car. Then we're coming to the mini roundabout. Now this is a bit of a closed one, so you're gonna have to slow down a bit so that and then we're turning left. Check your mirrors, put the left signal. Now this one we shall slow down a bit and then drop it back to gear number 1. Try to look for cars coming from the right, make sure it's clear, and then take the turn. Now again, on this road they may ask you to pull up, so we shall come in with mirrors and signal. Try to stop in between driveways so that you don't end up blocking one complete driveway. And then if it's clear, then we move off, and then as we move off here, we'll try and keep it clear. So we're coming to the mini roundabout. We're going to be turning right. So checking the mirrors first, center and right signal. Now this is one of them, again, quite a close mini roundabout, so we shall come in a bit slow, slowing down, dropping it back to gear number 1, looking out on the right, make sure there's nothing coming, and then we turn. Now this road here again is quite narrow, with quite big speed bumps, so try to be mindful of those speed bumps. Try and slow down a little bit as you're approaching the speed bump, just tap the brakes gently. That should be able to slow down the car. And then look out for cars that could be coming from the other side. Make sure that, again, you don't, make sure that you give way to oncoming traffic if they've got the right of way. Coming there, so I would wait here, give way to that car, and then once it's clear, check your mirror, blind spot, and then get the car back in position, turning left at the end. Now this one, we're going to turn into a 40-mile zone, so you need to try and pick up the speed fairly quick. So check your mirrors, put the signal, make sure it's clear, and then you turn. Now this is 40, so you need to try and get the car, try and get the speed up. And then now the roundabout coming up, we're going straight ahead, third exit, directions for Mitcham. Now there are two lanes as you're approaching this roundabout. So Mitcham, straight ahead, we shall be using the left lane. Now this is Gross Hill roundabout, so we're going to use the left lane for going straight ahead. Directions for Mitcham, straight ahead, third exit. Now the common mistake people tend to do is once they move off from here, they end up drifting into the middle lane. Now that lane should be used for the cars which are approaching in the right lane, so we need to try and keep left as much as possible all the way to the third exit. Okay, so if it's clear, then we begin to move. Now there's an arrow in the left lane indicating left, but again we can still use this lane when we're coming in, keeping the left lane. And then once we get to past the second exit, that's when we put the left signal around here in the middle of the second exit, and then we take the third exit. Yeah. And then we exit the roundabout. So again, once we get to this road, this is the 40, no, this is the 30-mile zone. So shall keep it at a nice, slow, steady speed, not too fast. So again, we've got a bus stop there. We can go through that bus stop. We don't need. Then we're coming to turn left. Again, as we're coming to turn left here, we've got a bus stop on the left. We need to go through the bus stop so that we can try and get the car in the left lane. Otherwise, you're gonna end up stuck in the right lane. So put the signal and then slow down, and then you stop. Then check your mirrors, make sure it's clear, and then begin to move. And then so this is the 20-mile zone. Try and keep the speed right. Okay, so we're moving off from here. Check your mirrors, the signal. Now this is still 20. So at the traffic lights, okay, there's a zebra crossing there. Again, look out for that. We're coming to turn right at the traffic lights. So we're going to use the offside method on this one. So what we're going to do is you're going to turn from behind. You're going to go straight forward and then turn from behind any cars which are coming to turn right, and then try to, then they would go and turn from behind you. Again, at the moment, I don't see anybody coming to turn right, but still, I would still go forward a bit more so that if somebody happens to come, again, I don't end up blocking their path. Okay, now it looks clear, and then turn right. Now, as you turn right, we need to try and maintain the car in the left-hand lane position for normal driving. And then I can see, now this is a 40-mile zone. You got green lights ahead, but again, you need to be mindful because those lights could change at any time. So you need to be mindful of that, so that in case they change, you don't slam the brakes. Now there's a bus lane coming up, so I'll be moving over. Mirrors, signal, make sure it's clear, and then move over away from the bus lane. And then at the roundabout, we're going to follow directions for Central London, which is, we're going straight ahead at the roundabout, second exit, directions for Central London. So once we get to the end of this bus lane, which ends around here, we shall check your mirrors, put the signal, and then you move back into the left lane, keep it nice and slow, and then dropping it back to number 2. And then now when you get to merge here, you need to try and keep left so that you don't end up going into the right hand lane. So no signals. Once the traffic clears on the right, come out, but try to keep it left enough, leaving room for cars in the right lane. Then left signal comes on in the middle of the first exit, and then we take the second exit. Keeping it left. Again, look out for those traffic lights in case they change. Now, again, you can go through this bus stop. Now, the next bit here, we're going to we keep going straight ahead, following directions for Central London. So these are 3 lanes at this point. So we shall use the middle lane to proceed going ahead, and then lights are changing, so we're slowing down, and then we prepare to stop, then we stop there. Then check your mirrors, make sure it's clear, move off. And then we're following directions for, we're turning right at the roundabout, second exit, directions for Central London. Now this one is going to be a right turn, so we shall check the mirrors. We need to be in the right lane, put the right signal, and then coming in nice and slow, dropping it back to number 2, looking to your right, and then move, right signal, and then once we get to this point, left signal, and then exit the roundabout, trying to keep the car in the left lane. Now ahead there's a bus lane, so we're going to get the car back. We're going to move away from the bus lane, check your mirrors, put the right signal, and then get back in position, and then keep away from the bus lane. And then we're going to take the next left. Now we need to wait until we get to the end of the bus lane before you get back into the left lane. So we're turning left there, but this is still a bus lane, so the bus lane ends around here. So we move over into the left lane and then take the turn. Again, a zebra crossing there. Look out for zebra crossings. And then, so this car again will have to move over. Check your mirror first. Check your right mirror so that you can move out safely before. And then you get back into the left side. Just follow the bend. Again, as you go around the bend, you're easing off the gas to keep it nice and slow, keeping it safe. Again, the parked cars, they're pretty much in the left lane, so you would have to sort of check your mirror, right mirror, move over to overtake these parked cars. Again, they may ask you to pull up on this road here. So again, check your mirrors, put the left signal, and then come in. So when you come to pull up, again, make sure that you don't end up. Now this road has got a yellow line, so most probably you might end up stopping on a yellow line if you can see a parking bay. Like for example, ahead I could see a parking bay there. That would be the best place to stop. Otherwise, if you can't see any parking bays, you can just pull up on the yellow line, because it's pretty much those gaps tend to be occupied by cars. At the moment it's empty, but it tends to be very busy, so you may not be able to have those gaps, too many gaps ahead. So, and then we're going to move off at an angle, so I'll move off a bit closer to this car. I'll move a bit closer, and then I'm going to move off from here. So we're going to move off at an angle. Again, the angle start making sure that you're moving off very slow. Check your mirrors, put the signal. Moving off nice and slow. Turning very fast, but moving very slow. And then getting the car back into position. Now the speed limit here is 20, so try and be mindful of the speed limit. Got the speed bumps, they're a bit high, so again try to slow down as you're approaching the speed bumps. I've got the car which is coming in a bit too fast there. It's a bit too narrow, so again that was a potential meeting situation there. I had to stop and wait for him. Now again, this one again, another potential meeting situation here. If a car is coming in on that side, make sure that you give way if they've committed to go. Now turning left at the end, so we come in, come to the end, and then we're doing some observations here. Make sure it's clear before we move off. Okay, the one's standing right, so can move off. Now the speed limit on this road here is 20. So again, you need to be mindful of that speed limit so that you don't end up overspeeding. There's a speed limit sign there on the left. Okay, just going round this bend. Again, making sure that we maintain. It's a bit narrow, so try and maintain the car in a good position. Try and keep that little bit of junction clear, oncoming traffic. And then, okay, this one here. I'm going to pull up here for a bit quickly. Okay, so we're moving off from here. Check your mirrors with the right signal. Then off. Again, we've got traffic lights here, and then stop. Make sure that we maintain tires and tarmac, not too close. And then at the traffic lights, we're still going straight ahead. Now there are 3 lanes here. They're still going straight ahead direction. Now there are 3 lanes, both the left 2 lanes that are going straight. So we shall use the one on the left. And then directions for turning left at the traffic lights, following directions for Sutton and Morden. Again, now this one, again, you check your mirrors. Now this one has got, again, traffic lights are green, then we can go. Now at these traffic lights, we've got sometimes the red lights. You got the red lights for cars going straight ahead, but then you've got a green light for the cars turning left. So the mistake people tend to do is not spotting the green light for turning left, and they end up waiting at the red traffic lights for cars which are going straight ahead. So you need to be mindful of that, of the traffic lights there. If the green light is indicating the green arrow for turning left, that means you can go. And then at this roundabout, we're going straight ahead. It's a mini roundabout, so again we shall come in a bit slower. Now this one is not too close, so we can approach in gear number 2. As long as you keep it nice and slow, you look into your right, looks pretty much clear, then you can proceed. No need for the left signal there. Zebra crossing, again, make sure that you've got stop for any pedestrians waiting to cross. Now another zebra crossing there. Just look out for pedestrians. And then the speed limit here is 20. Make sure that you don't end up overspeeding. This is still 20 miles. Now we've got traffic is building up, so we're slowing down, and then clutch was down, and then gently braking until we stop, making sure that we don't end up stopping too close to the car in front. Maintain tires and tarmac. Proceed. Now there's a box junction here. We need to make sure that we don't end up stopping in this box junction. So we need to make sure there's a gap ahead before we begin to cross the box junction. And then a pedestrian crossing. Again, look out for the pedestrian. And then straight ahead. Now again, there is a junction here. We should try and avoid blocking this junction. We're going straight ahead. We should try and keep it clear, but we can cross over and stop in this position here, as long as we don't block that junction behind. And then at this point, we're going straight ahead, following directions for Mitcham. There's a bus lane coming up on the left, so try and avoid that bus lane. So we're heading towards Morden train station. So the bus lane is pretty much on the left side here, so we should keep it from the bus lane and try and maintain this position here. But keeping it left, we're going straight ahead. Once you've gone past the bus lane, there's a box junction there. Try and keep clear, and then you get back into the normal driving position, which is left lane, and then you proceed, and then you will be following directions. We're going to be turning right at the roundabout directions for Mitcham. Now Mitcham is going to be, we're going to be turning right, second exit, so we shall move into the right lane, and then coming in, doing the observations, making sure it's clear. We'll stop for that car on the right, and then we'll move off. And then once we get to the middle of the first exit, left signal, and then move into the left lane to exit the roundabout. And then again, you can go through that bus stop. Keep going.